Friday. We are here. We're with another Friday topic. This is another fun one. And let's just face it, they have to be fun because we call them Fun Fridays.
Yeah, if they were boring, we would call them Boring Fridays.
And no one would tune into a boring Friday. Welcome to Boring Friday. See, that just doesn't have
Just
the
another
ring.
boring Friday here with enjoying your blended family.
Doesn't quite have the ring. So we're going to keep it with the Fun Fridays. This is another fun topic as far as food. And let's say that if you have food, you win a guy's heart. That's the saying. And
That is true.
a lot of it is true because I love food. I love eating.
I think it's a little sexist.
Sexist
Women like food too, but
Well,
I get
that
what
is
you're
true.
saying. If you would have said it, I would have said that same thing. So.
Yeah. So this is an episode about cooking together and how you could actually take this and use it in your family to create some pretty special, fun moments. So y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
All right, I love this topic because this really takes your everyday, ordinary task that you may not enjoy doing, or maybe you do love to cook. But either way, like, you have to cook, or you have to at least eat. I guess you don't have to cook.
That is true. You do
But
have
you
to eat.
have to eat every day. And so this is one of those things where you take one of those things you have to do every day, and you can turn it into a date idea or a fun family activity.
That is. And what better way than to do it at your house? Because if we're eating out all the time, it's most of the time not good for our health, and it costs a lot of money. So being able to cook at home and do things at home and throw that, make sure that that's a good healthy mix for you and your family. That's so important. But I love cooking, but I don't like having to do it under pressure. I don't like having to it as an everyday thing. It just gets like boring, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop and cook dinner or something. That's my mentality.
Mine too.
But we kind of do things different, right? Because I'll do something super quick. I'll pop something in the microwave or I'll throw together something super duper quick. But you actually take the time when you're cooking. You do good, full, wholesome, homemade meals that are just like so good, right? And when I have to do that, and it's like part of an everyday thing, I'm like, this is like pulling teeth sometimes, and I'm sure it is for you as well.
It is, yeah. It's one of those things that it's not really something I look forward to. I know some of you guys, like, you love cooking, that's how you show love, express that to your family, but us, not so much.
We don't. So this has always been a struggle trying to find the right meals that don't take a long process, that are something that you're able to do really quick, or it doesn't take a lot of time, a lot of prep work. We don't like that. So we've really kind of honed in on kind of our style, what works for us.
And that's not really what this episode is about.
That's not what this is about. So I don't even know why we're going there right now. Why did we go there?
Well, I think you can tell in our voice that cooking dinner is not a favorite of ours. But this is a way that you can take it and you can turn it around and make it enjoyable. It can take something, one of those ordinary tasks that you don't like, and then put a little twist or a spin on it, and then actually look forward to it. So I think that's the point we're getting to.
That is the point. That's really where I was going with that. But we had to call that out. And I was actually getting on a soapbox of how much I don't like cooking. But you know what? If you get me in the right setting to where I don't have the pressure of everyday tasks and things, I really do enjoy cooking. I love taking the time and being able to do that. So, there are those times that it is okay, but most of the time it's not, right? So if you can take cooking and you can add a little spice to it and have fun doing it, but now you're creating memories, there's some power in that, right?
Definitely is. And there's so many different routes you can go with this, and different combinations that you can do with different family members, with your spouse. Like, really, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and so what we've done before that was really cool is we've actually made a date out of cooking, to where instead of just, normally it would be one of us, and I think that falls suit to most households, is one person gets stuck doing the cooking, the others get stuck doing the dishes, or, it can look a little different to everybody. But what if every now and then you made it a fun date night to where you and your spouse are coming together and saying, okay, let's cook this meal together. Let's do this a together thing. Maybe you crank on a little music. Maybe you get your favorite drink. Maybe you're, just kind of creating the mood, but you don't have all the time restraints and you're able to actually spend time together and have fun doing that. So that's a really cool concept, and we've done that before and had a really good time. Now, we've also put a twist to that. Mm-hmm. We've turned it into a competition.
Yeah, we've done some stuff like where as far as baking and getting a recipe, and then we're both doing like our version of that recipe, and then seeing which ones taste better, which ones look better.
Which one turns out better. You could have the kids come in and be the judges or things, but it's really kind of like taking your favorite dessert and saying, okay, well, or maybe not even your favorite dessert, but maybe just coming up with something totally different that you've never cooked before. Maybe you get online and y'all find a recipe and maybe it's like, I've never cooked this, but I've always heard about it. Let's try it. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. You find your recipe, I'll find my recipe, or something to that. And then you're in the kitchen, you're doing a bake-off or something to that nature. Or maybe it's a dinner that you're making. You probably wouldn't want to make 2 dinners. But
someone can make like the appetizers and
that's true.
Or something, and then the other one making the main course.
Yeah, so we haven't gone to that extreme yet, but we have done the desserts. And let me say, I think remembering back, mine was better. I think if we really dug deep into the time we did the peach cobbler.
The peach cobbler.
Yeah, I think mine turned out better, and I'm just saying that because
I was thinking about we made
that's
sweeties,
how I see it.
And that's a Texas thing. I don't think everybody makes sweeties. But it's this mixture, and it's the almond extract in it that gives it like a different exotic flavor. It's like this pink colored swirl cookie. And I remember us making them for the first time. We've eaten them at like local bakeries and stuff, but making them for ourselves. And it looked like hamburger patties when you were doing yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I was having fun with it.
Yeah, he was having a little bit.
You got to pat the down, and I was like giving it a spanking and everything. So
yes, but it created a lot of laughter for us, like being in the kitchen together. And anytime that we put like a little friendly competition on it, it just brings out this whole other side of us. And in our regular day-to-day life, like we don't have a lot that we're competing in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And we've told y'all stories about how we might have parented, competing with our parenting secretly without telling anyone.
And that turned out bad.
That was not a good way to compete. But something like this, it just brings out that competitive side of us. And then just a lot of fun and laughter happening in the kitchen. And like you said, it sets the mood like a whole different level when you put some music on in the background. Especially if you could put like themed music to go with, like if you're making something specific, then to go along with that. Like maybe you're making, I have some friends that made like homemade pasta before, and so putting a little Italian music in the background. One of you's making homemade pasta while the other one's making their homemade sauce with it. So there's so many different ideas here. Even our friends at Transform Couple, the other day I saw on their Instagram that they did a bake-off, and she made her favorite, which is blueberry muffins, and he made bagels with like a special, like his homemade everything bagel seasoning on it. And then they went on Instagram and said which one looks better and like voted like that.
Nice. So
with the social medias, you can get other people's input on it as well, as long as it's based on looks, not taste.
Yeah, it's hard to get a taste judge from social media, but one day maybe we'll be there. Technology might advance enough to where it's like, hey, taste this, and you're able to do it socially on social media. Hey, you never know. It could be like these 3D. Okay, I'm really getting off topic. We're going to get into a technical. I don't even know where I was going with that. But it'd be really cool if like you could have someone pop up from their phone and 3D image and taste your recipe. That would be really cool. Someone create that, because that would be awesome.
And then let us know, and we will try it out and talk about it here on podcast.
But doing a cook-off together, that's really fun. Now, maybe you're not the competitive type, or maybe you know each other and if y'all do any competition, it does lead to fighting or things like that. So you don't want to do that, right?
That would be sad.
But if that's your dynamics, then you definitely don't want to throw the competitive thing in there. But now you're saying,
And so
okay,
you're working together.
let's do this together to where we're cooking together. Like you're doing this, I'm doing that, and it's a meal that we're doing together. And it is real fun. You create those moments. You're laughing. You're throwing things at each other sometimes, or you're whatever.
I'm just getting a whole scenario in my head. Like,
you're having fun.
that's how like all of the good like romantic Hallmark movie type thing are. It's like they always get in a little like flour battle or something, right? And it's like, who really cleans that up? I don't know. But
flour, pasta, you're throwing her sauce or whatever. You're doing, things like that. And I mean, that's what we're doing right now is we're creating a Hallmark movie. So by doing that, go create your Hallmark moment.
Create your own movie.
But it really is. Being able to cook together and come up with a meal, whether it's a meal or a dessert, even breakfast, maybe cooking breakfast together one morning.
Sounds
maybe
fun.
on a Saturday morning, y'all wake up and you come together and say, you know what, let's do this. Let's bake some muffins, or let's make some cinnamon rolls, and not just the pop them out of the can. Or I always hate it, like whenever you're opening that can and you're waiting for it to pop. It's like, and then when it doesn't is the worst, because then you're like, oh crap.
When's it gonna happen? Then you gotta squeeze it.
Yeah, then you got to squeeze it, or and that's really scary. So, but maybe not doing that, but doing some homemade stuff there. You're going to say something.
I just wait for you to stop talking. Yeah, I was thinking, like, because what we're talking about too, and making your own Hallmark movie, like that's more of a big deal, and you're making it into like a special occasion. But that's what we were saying earlier. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Like you're gonna cook breakfast on a Saturday morning, right? Or you're gonna cook dinner or lunch that time. Inviting someone in your family in as well. Inviting your spouse. Hey, like maybe you're struggling to find quality time together. Like you're both working crazy hours or what have you. Just inviting them in on the process. And sometimes, we may not want to. We talked about that on here before. It's like, but then yet once you get in the kitchen together and you start creating those moments.
Yeah, because you can get caught up saying, it's just better if I do it myself. I can get it done quicker, but then you do miss that opportunity. And that's something that I know you've done really well with, pulling the kids in. Hey, you want to come cook with me? Or hey, this, come help out here. Would you want to do that? And then a lot of times they take you up on that, and y'all are in there having a good time.
I'm surprised how often they take me up on it. And even it's just one of those perfect moments. We've talked about that before as well, but like the side-by-side moments where you can really get your kids to open up in conversations, things that they wouldn't normally talk about when you have that shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. So when you're in the kitchen together and you're not like having extreme eye contact with each other, you can have some conversation starters. You can Google it on Pinterest or whatever, find conversation starters with my kids and get some ideas with that to take, and just start asking some questions while you're cooking too. But it's fun to get the kids in there in different ways because it is such a bonding. And we could just list a few different ways that you can do this. Like I'm thinking right now when you got Devin outside and our son, and was teaching him how to get the grill going and like what a grill looks like. And then even you with our brother-in-law during Thanksgiving, like teaching him how to, what's it called? Air fry the...
do the air fryer. And,
air frying the turkey. Some of those family traditions, like passing those on, like here is how we make it. Thanksgiving time.
This is how we do it.
That is not the...
This is how you do it.
Okay.
And you sing your instructions. Makes it more fun.
But let me tell them the story since you decided to start singing.
Hey, we'll be back momentarily. Check out this announcement.
Hey B-Fam, if you're looking for some fun, out-of-the-box date night ideas, you've got to check out the Adventure Challenge. They have books for couples, family, friends, and even solo adventures. So get one for you and your family, or they make a great gift idea.
Yeah, we really enjoy their products and just all the out-of-the-box things, so we decided to become affiliates with them just to share their products with you. We have an affiliate link that you can use below. So at checkout, use the promo code ENJOYTHEMOMENT for 10% off of your total purchase. This is just another way for you to be able to enjoy the moment. So back to our episode.
The other night, I am doing a class like in the evening, so Randall has been helping cook a lot more here lately. Our family has changed a little bit, and so we're both home at different times. And
Like
stuff like that.
we got rid of the kids and we said let's get new kids, and so no, I'm kidding.
Not that kind of dynamic.
Oh, okay.
So it used to be typically I was home, I would cook dinner, and that was just our normal routine. But now that we're both working from home, and now I'm also leaving the house in the evenings doing more stuff like classes and stuff, so I'm not here. So I'd asked him if he would help cook, and then
I was like, no, I will not cook.
That's what he said. And then I just slammed the door and ran out.
And then she came back and she said, you will cook, sir. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
And then that's how
that was
happened.
a sequel.
So I'll tell you what I came home to after all that happened. Was I walk in, as soon as I'm walking up to the door, and you can fill in the blanks because I wasn't here to see how long it took place, but as I walked in, I could hear like music blaring. And first off, it's going to be a whole different episode where we talk to you about it. But the Monday before, I'd come home and we had a date night, and there was music going, country music going in the background. And I was like, so when I walked in, I was like, oh, we fixing to have another date night? And then as I came in, Randall and Riley were both in the kitchen, and they were just laughing, singing songs, having a good old time. So how did all that transpire?
Yeah, so I was cooking. I started getting all the things out, and she had just came home from work, and we were conversating, and then she had asked, you need help? I'm like, yeah, sure, come on. And so I was reading the ingredients and or looking at, the process, what needed to be done. And I just found a task and said, well, you want to do this? And she was, sure. And so it just kind of led into both of us working together doing the meal. And so she cranked on some music. Me and her were music people. We love music. And so she had put on some songs that we liked, some bands that we liked, and we were just jamming. It was fun, and then we started dancing around and, just having a really good time. So, and that's what we're talking about too, is just using kind of what you're already doing, but creating some of those special moments. And that can get lost just out of ordinary, mundane tasks, but having fun with it and having fun with each other doing it.
Yeah, because when I came home, like, she reeled me in and was like, let's dance. And so, jumping around in the kitchen. And then afterwards, she's like, that was just the best night ever. This is a 22-year-old fixing to turn 23. Yeah. And she's never really had to cook that much, as far as she has learned, because she did live off on her own, and she can cook, but she doesn't have to do it that much when she's here. So just even her coming in on that moment, and then it just created those memories together.
And as we were saying, maybe your kids aren't always going to ask, say, hey, can I help? But it's important to ask them, hey, would you want to come help me? Most of the time, they're going to say yes. They're going to say, well, sure. And what can I do? And that's a great opportunity for them to learn, for them to start learning how to cook and how to read recipes. And
give a man a fish, he eats for a day. But teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So it's giving them those skill sets that they're going to need later. I know with little Riley, teaching her how to make the Mexican rice, the way that her grandma on her dad's side taught me when we married. So then I taught her how to do that, and she takes so much pride in making her Mexican rice all the time now.
And she loves it. That's one of her staple foods that she loves and always runs to. So, it's a fun bonding moment. So the cooking together, you can do it multiple ways, right? So we talked about how you can have a date night with you and your spouse, and put it on the calendar. Sit there and plan a Friday or plan a Saturday, or maybe a day that the kids aren't there. Being a blended family, sometimes our kids are at their other parents, so capitalizing on those moments.
And then just pro tip, turn down the lights and add the candles. Yeah. And then boom, you just made it a whole romantic
at home date night that just really took cooking to another level, and you're having a lot of fun doing it. So you can do it together. Make that a date night experience. Make it a competition that you're having fun. Or you can sit there and just make a normal everyday cooking experience. Just do it together. So that's another thing that you can do to where now you're talking about your day or what happened or you're communicating. You can use it as that time too. It's not going to work every night, but you capitalize on those times that it will work. And then the last part is do it with your kids. You can make it the same thing. You can make it a date night to where you are doing something fun together. Maybe you're creating a dessert or doing something fun like that, or you're just inviting them in to help you cook dinner and helping maybe make it a teaching moment or make it just that bonding special moment. So there's all different types of ways you can make cooking together a fun, memorable experience.
Okay, and I wasn't going to say this, but it just dawned on me really quick because Adventure Challenge came out with a new cooking book. Like it's a cookbook where you scratch it off and it tells you what to cook. So I wasn't even thinking about this until this moment. But if that's something that you're like, well, you don't want to have to think about what you're going to make together, you can actually get the cooking one and it has the recipes in there, tells you what the ingredients and everything, and you're just scratching off the date to see which one you do. So
yeah, so that's another powerful tool that's there. So check that out. We'll put that link there. We have an affiliate link for them. That's how we kind of stay in the know of the stuff that they do have coming out. And that's one of their newest hot off the shelf things that's really cool as well. So,
so many ideas.
Yeah, there's all out there. So you can have a fun moment at home for cheap. As opposed to going out and spending a whole lot of money, you can stay home and create some memories that you're doing together. So, do that. Cook together. So maybe you've never done that before, or maybe you have in the past, and it's been a while. So make that something maybe this month that is something that you put on the calendar that you sit there and say, hey, maybe me and my spouse, we can do this, or hey, maybe me and my kids can do this. We're going to put it on the calendar. We're going to set it. We're going to have fun trying to come up with a recipe. That's a whole nother game within itself that now you're spending time coming up with. What are we going to do? What are we going to cook? Because that's fun building memories right there as well. So you're just creating those experiences and then do it. And then when you're cooking at home, start inviting people in with you. Yeah. Start saying, hey, come help.
Join me?
Or like her, just come yell at me. Cook, you will cook dinner.
Dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir.
I will. And it could go like that too, maybe, hopefully not. Don't do that. That'd be really bad.
I don't know why you brought that up.
She doesn't really do that. It's just fun saying that because it's totally not her.
The nicest person. If I needed you to cook, I'd be passive aggressive anyways. I would never go straight forward and tell you.
That's right. It's like, oh, do you need me to cook? Do you want
to
cook?
I would just tell you how overwhelmed I was feeling that I have all these things to do, and then also I need to cook dinner as well, and hope that you would pick up the hints.
Yeah, that's totally not what a woman does. Like a woman. Yeah. And most of the time, I've had to tell her too. It's like, don't do that because I'm not good at reading between the lines. Just tell me. I do.
Well, we had that one night where that had happened, and then we talked about it, and now I just say, hey, I need your help. And he says, hey, I need you to tell me you need my help. I'm not picking up on the clues. Okay.
And so now she's more straightforward, and I get that. I'm like, I get it. You need help cooking. And she's like, yes.
Oh,
How did you get that clue? Because you said, would you help me cook? Why, yes, I will. So that's awesome.
Such a good husband.
Communication right there. Healthy communication. That's another topic for another day. Yeah. But listen, guys, cook together, use it as a fun bonding experience that you'll create memories with your spouse, you'll create memories with your kids. It's so powerful, so fun, and then you get to eat. There's that too.
Amen to that.
Win. So awesome. There it is. Cook together. That's the thing. Go out there this month, put it on the calendar, go do it. Just do it. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another fun Friday here at Enjoying Your Blended Family. All the links we talked about today are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed listening, be sure to subscribe because it's free and it lets you know when we have another episode out for you to listen to.
And if you don't mind helping us out so we can start reaching more people, leave us a rating and review. You never know when we'll give you a shout out. Until next time, have fun being intentional and remember to enjoy the moment.